So what exactly is Reiki? So Reiki is an energy medicine technique that originated in Japan in the 1920s. It allows for the client or the patient to be connected to this universal energy that flows through each and every single one of us. But sometimes our flow gets blocked, or sometimes our energy supply is low. There's lots of reasons why our energy supply would be low. Maybe we have jobs that we don't like. Maybe we're in toxic environments all the time. Maybe we're not sleeping enough, or maybe we're not treating ourselves kindly enough. So this technique allows for this universal energy to flow through the practitioner into the client, and allows the body to waken up, and it wakes up the body's innate ability to heal itself. So lots of people feel different things when they get Reiki sessions, and you actually don't have to believe in Reiki for it to work. Most of the time, the client will lie on a massage table fully clothed, but sometimes they'll be sitting in a chair. It just depends on what's more comfortable for the client. And then the practitioner will place their hands lightly on the client, and this allows for the transference of the energy to start. Lots of people feel different things when they get Reiki sessions. Sometimes you feel warmth, tingly sensations. You might feel things moving through your body. A lot of people fall asleep. I have people that fall asleep all the time, and that's perfectly fine. It's actually great because then it allows the person to relax fully and not be so concerned about what's going on in that present moment. And they're really connecting to themselves. Why would somebody get a Reiki session? There's lots of different reasons why somebody would get a Reiki session. They might get it because they're not sleeping very well and they feel really overwhelmed, or maybe they have a lot of anxiety. They might get a Reiki session because they're in physical pain, or they have a physical issue that they'd like to work on. Sometimes people get Reiki sessions just so they can start to feel connected to themselves again. I have clients a lot of the times who will facilitate a major release or shift after a Reiki session. Sometimes during a Reiki session, people cry. It's not all the time, but it does happen. And there's nothing to be embarrassed about it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a very beautiful thing because it's a release. It's a way for the body to move through stuck things or things that have been causing blockages in the body. Sometimes people laugh. Most of the time people fall asleep. But it's just a way for you to connect and allow your battery to get charged up again. So what should you wear to a Reiki session? I always tell people it's best to come in clothes that are comfortable, something that you wouldn't mind lying down flat on your back for a decent amount of time. So taking off lots of heavy jewelry, those kind of things, most likely you'd be asked to take your shoes off, and you just want to be as comfortable as possible. So nothing that's too restrictive or anything that's too tight. How long do sessions typically last? Now, a Reiki session could last anywhere from 30 minutes to upwards of an hour and a half, depending on what's going on and how much time you have. Obviously, if you're dealing with something that's more chronic or you're dealing with something that's more severe, a longer session is going to be better to really allow your body to start to relax. As soon as the practitioner puts their hands on your body, the Reiki starts to flow, and it goes to all the areas that are needed. Ideally, you would want to keep your hands on the area that the person had the most concern about. So what should you expect after a Reiki session? Because I get that question a lot too. Again, it affects everybody so differently. Now, the best thing that I could tell you to do is just honor how you feel after a session. If you feel really tired, which sometimes people do, honor that, and maybe it's time for you to rest, to really, again, kind of move through anything that's come up during a session. Maybe you feel extremely energized and really clear, so that's a good time to go for a walk and to use that energy and to kind of move it through your body. The best thing that I could say is make sure you're hydrating after a session. It's so important. So imagine you have this new influx of energy that's come in, and now your body's like, and it's like so excited and it wants to start to detoxify. So it's going to start to release things. Now, if you drink water and you move your body a little bit, it's going to facilitate that release a lot sooner and a lot smoother. So just make sure you're drinking water. You don't have to be like chugging gallons of water after a session, but just more water than you might normally. Now, over the years, I've learned different types of Reiki. And what I currently teach and the style that I currently utilize is called Jikiden Reiki. Now, some people get confused by that and they want to know, well, is it Usui Reiki? And yes, it's actually probably more Usui Reiki than Usui Reiki. So what most people know in the West as Reiki has been an altered version of what the original teachings were in Japan. And that's not necessarily of anybody's fault. It's just through lost in translation. Sometimes teachers left things out that they didn't understand, and sometimes teachers added things because they just felt like they wanted to add their own touch. Now, Jikiden Reiki is Usui Reiki from Japan that has no Western influence or no new age thought added to it. So it really is truly what Usui and passed down to Hayashi Sensei, which was then passed down to Chiyoko Yamaguchi, who practiced Reiki for over 65 years in Japan. So that's the style that I teach, and that's the style that I utilize in my sessions. It's the same energy that's flowing, that's the same universal energy that's flowing, just the approach is a little bit more simplified. And it's used in Japan, it was used for physical treatments. It was really used as a modality to help heal the physical body. I am a Shihan of Jikiden Reiki, meaning that I am a teacher, so I can teach the practitioner levels. So I teach Jikiden Reiki classes in the Los Angeles area. So if you're interested in Jikiden classes, you can contact me through my website, and my website is diamondmindreiki@gmail.com. I'm also on Instagram at diamondmindreiki. If you are looking for a Reiki teacher, I always tell people, go with your instinct. You want to feel connected to the teacher. You might feel connected to me, you might not feel connected to me. And it's so important for you to really honor who you feel that you should learn from. Reiki is a beautiful healing modality. It completely changed my life. Reiki sessions completely changed my life, completely changed my family's life, those who were suffering from cancer and other various illnesses. So I tell people, just be curious and open, and if you're looking for something and Reiki seems to be that thing that's popping in, then maybe it's time that you try a session. You really don't have anything to lose, and you might uncover something really beautiful about yourself. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, like I said, about Reiki or anything involving energy, anything involving Akashic records, because I do that work too, I'll make a video probably on that too as well. I'm gonna start uploading a little bit more frequently, so maybe not all the time, but I'll upload a little bit more frequently. So again, I'd love to connect with you guys and answer any questions that I can about Reiki. So enjoy your weekend, guys.